What's up, fight fans out there? And we're gonna be going over this breakdown with Monster Naoya Inoue and what makes him a special fighter. So I'm gonna let a couple people get up in the video. So excuse me for a second, and while you guys start to join the stream, I will be right back. I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of music, and we'll be kicking off this episode shortly. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave you a little bit of music and I will be right back. Get ready, go. What's up, fight fans? Get this episode popping here. Your boy done learned how to do a couple things. So we're gonna be taking a look of the Japanese superstars um style and what makes him a unique fighter, right? So We're gonna break down some of the things here. So let me get set up. How you guys doing out there? And good. So the sound sounds good. Can you guys let me know if everything sounds great? Mm, 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 mm. Hey, what's up? Thank you, thank you. Sounds great. Thank you. All right. Well, without further ado, we're gonna be kicking off this live here. I hate when it does that. Sorry about that. Here we go. All right. So a lot has been said about the monster Naoya Inoue and what makes him such a unique fighter in today's time. There have been a lot of fighters compared to him, and there has been a lot of fighters that um, are revered better than him right now, as it stands for the pound for pound list. Mr. Terrence Crawford, right? Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at his skills and we're going to break it down. You're going to be the judge for it yourself. And so let's check this out here. These are some of his highlights coming into some of his matches right here, and we're going to check out individual matches, right? Here we have the Japanese superstar against Jason Maloney in Madison Square Garden. Wow, that was sharp. Did you see that inside uppercut? Did you listen? That was sharp. You gotta look, watch it. He goes downstairs to the body, upstairs. Ooh. And as we go into this fight right here, I want to break a few things down. Jason Maloney is one of the few fighters that actually stood there and boxed the Japanese superstar. You can see real early in the fight, he had a game plan and he was sticking to his game plan. And this is what it looks like when a fighter takes another person's jab away and he 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 takes away his game plan away. Okay, let's pay close attention to the fight. That was nasty. And right away, you can see the one thing that the Japanese superstar does is take centers of the ring. He's controlling the action. Pay attention to that. See, Maloney's bumping off, and Maloney's fight him. Look, hitting him. He's got his guard up. Maloney's trying to work his jab. And the Japanese superstar at this point is trying a selection of punches. When you see him going with the jab, uppercut, things like that. He's seeing what Maloney's off of his initial punch, what he's going to do next. Is he going to lean into the punch? Is he going to back away? So at this point, the Japanese superstar is figuring out what selection of punches he's putting together. And that's exactly what he's doing at this point in the fight. See, now he starts to work the jab, goes around the guard. Ooh, there's that. Pay attention to that shot right there. He figured this shot out early in the fight. And as you can see, he demonstrates it, right? Watch the overhand right over Maloney's jab. Watch it. Look, he rolls his shoulder, right? Here we go. Right here. Watch. Boom. Right there. You see? Bam. Boom, boom. He went back to the uppercut. Nice. Boom. Boom. These are just power shots to back him up. This is a combination to let him know this is not where you belong and you're not going to fight me. Look. Oh, you seen it? Hey, Han. Nice. One, two, step, boom. Dropped them. Now the Japanese superstar took a shot to give a shot here. You're going to see in this sequence the saliva fly out of the Japanese superstar's mouth. I had talked about this. This is not Maloney's. This is his. So he knew he was going to take a punch in order to land that nice check hook that he landed on him. Watch. Watch him step in with the 1-2 jab. Watch. Boom, boom, boom. Look at the saliva fly off. See? And then he dropped him. He's willing to take a punch in order to deliver his big punch. Now, see, ooh, that was just well set up and well placed. That was just well timing. That was just a series of events that he was just setting them up for. He had landed that big punch multiple times in the fight, and right there is where he wanted Jason Maloney. Jason Maloney, if you notice early in the fight, was circling out. He was still moving and trying to evade him. And the Japanese superstar would hit him and cut off the ring and throw off that hook and bring him back in front of him. Until the point where he had Jason Maloney standing in front of him. He was no longer circling out to the right and he wasn't trying to go to the left. He had no choice but to stand in front of him. And once he has you standing in front of him, this is what he does. Watch. I had rewinded it. That's the first knockdown in the fight. And then Maloney had recovered from this one. And this is where he had him. Look, boom, standing right in front of him. He wasn't no longer circling. It was checkmate at that point. Maloney did try to box him. That was beautiful. Right over his shot. His punch was going to miss. Look, out of harm's way, delivering his shot. That's where you want to be in an exchange like that. That was sharp, accurate, and strong. Now, here we have him coming up against Des Marinas. And the reason why I want to look at this fight right here is to show his vicious body attack. I basically really don't have to say anything in this clip right here. I just want you to appreciate the Japanese superstar's work. It's going to speak for itself. He steps him back with the jab. Look. Oh, he's already hurt. Oh. Let me tell you something right now. A lesser man would have already fell to that shot right there. Kudos to Des Marinas for trying to stay in the fight and gather himself and not call it quits. He didn't come to this fight to lay down. The problem was the Japanese superstar was relentless. Look at this. Oh, you now I allowed the video to play so that you can appreciate his work. I want to break down a few things what took place in this fight right here. I'm going to allow this right here to play out so that you can see him. He's going to come around right here. That punch right there is, look, boom, that he didn't want that. That's the one he wants. He threw the one in the guard to make him raise his guard to think and then he came around. Now, as well in that fight, right? I'm gonna rewind it. Okay, look, you have to, you know, appreciate what this guy is doing. Listen, he is never out of position to throw that punch. His feet placement while he was throwing these body shots, it was a perfect look. Watch, look at his footwork. Just his footwork now. Ah, I wish you could see more of his feet to appreciate really what I'm talking about. Watch, slide, step, look at his footwork, darting in, one step, boom. Ah, I really wanted to watch his. I remember in this fight, his footwork is really phenomenal. Look, he has that. Did you see that? Did you see how he has that little jumping step? Notice his back foot is off the ground. The reason why when he lunges like that and his feet don't touch the ground simultaneously, because he lands in the ball of his foot in the front, it will allow him to dart backwards. When he lands like that, he didn't place himself. He's given himself the ability just in case you got something coming forward, which speaks to his ring IQ because he's always thinking about his opponent throwing offense. He's not just darting out there blindly. You know what I mean? Like Errol Spence Jr. did to Terrence Crawford. When he got hit with that uppercut against the ropes, Errol Spence Jr., he never saw that coming. You know why? He wasn't thinking about um, Terrence Crawford throwing a punch. He was enraged, a little embarrassed about being dropped in the fight, and he was trying to get his get back. He was so focused on wanting to punch Terrence Crawford, he never thought about something actually coming back to him. See? When he does these movements, I notice that the Japanese superstar is also thinking always about his opponent's offense and where he is. He thinks, if I got him hurt this way and he's cringing, well, then, what is he going to do? Slap me this way? He's going to have to come either this way, uppercut, meaning the attack is going to come from this angle. He could slide this way and nullify that and apply damage. You see, he knows certain things, certain angles, and where you're going to be at before he starts engaging. It's very key in his attack. Look, you see? Oh man, exactly what I was saying right there. I wish I knew that was going to happen. When he went forward, he hit him and he was on the front of his foot. Look how far away he was able to slide back. He's very good at that. His foot, look at his foot placement. Bang, bang, boom. He's like a little ninja, right? Look, bang, bang, sidestep, bang. And the reason why he's able to generate a lot of this power is because of his base. If you're off balance and you're throwing from an awkward placement, you're not going to get enough torque off your punches. What brings your torque and your momentum, it starts from your base, your feet. If you're set in your feet, you're gonna, you're gonna be in position to throw a great punch. Now, this fight in particular right here against Donito Donaire, this is the Donito Donaire Inoue 2. Okay, they had a legendary battle in the first fight. And many spectators came in to this fight saying that he had the blueprint to beat the Japanese superstar. And I said, isn't a blueprint supposed to be for success? If he lost, then he has the blueprint to lose. How can you call his blueprint for success on a loss? That's not a blueprint. That's a malfunction. Right? So, look, I want to paint you the storyline real quick into the Donito Donaire Inoue first one. First of all, The Japanese superstar was a lot younger, right? Donito Donaire used to tutor him and mentor him. They've sparred against each other, meaning they were familiar with one another. Okay. Donaire probably studied the shit out of this kid and he knew he was going to be a future opponent. Coming into that fight, they had history. In fact, the Japanese superstar is recorded saying that, that left hook that he got it from Donaire, right? And ironically, in that fight, unbeknownst to the Japanese superstar, one of the things that he admired Donaire for in one of his fights, Donaire was hurt to the eye in one of his fight and he was seeing double. So in fact, Donaire applied a strategy by covering his eye with his glove like this, right? And the Japanese superstar at the time saw that. He asked him about it. They talked, and he said, "Man, I couldn't see. I had to, cover my eye in order to keep my eye on him, right?" So lo and behold, they entered their fight. Donaire knew the young man that well, and he caught him early in the fight. He fractured his orbital bone. The Japanese superstar employed the same technique he once learned from Donito Donaire, right? And he covered his eye because he was seeing double. And in that fight, the Japanese superstar answered a lot of questions for me. It showed me that even when he was the fight was at its toughest and he was hurt really bad, he didn't wasn't looking for a way out. He was looking for a way to find a solution to the answers to win. And at the same time, with a broken orbital bone, he went 10 additional rounds. Mind you, Donito Donaire barely hit that eye again. Like I said, you're not going to make a lot of mistakes against this guy. You see? So, Donito Donaire, right, was trying to target the eye, but he protected it. He covered his eye, and he showed a championship's pedigree in that fight. Leading into this fight, they said that he had the blueprint, right? Okay. The sequence of events that took place in this second fight right here is really, really, really important to me. The reason why is this is Donito Donaire, a three-time division world champion. He is a Hall of Famer, and he was once put, I believe, one or two on the pound-for-pound list in the world at one time. This is the kind of punch you do not hit a veteran fighter like this. You do not set him up with these kind of punches. These veteran fighters have seen it all. In order for you to catch a veteran fighter with a shot like this, you had to have really fooled him. And that's saying a lot about fooling a Hall of Fame three-division world champion such as Donito Donaire. In fact, no one, and I mean no one, has knocked out Donito Donaire with one punch like this. You gotta be kidding me. And then he gets up, because he's tough. He's tough. Look at the accurate and look how accurate. My man just stayed down. Just stayed down. Thank God there was a referee in that ring, right? Because he would have took a beating. Right here is one of the this was the fight that unified all four belts at 118 pounds. This gentleman right here is named Paul Butler. And if you are or not familiar with Paul Butler, I'm going to get you a little familiar with him. He's what I call a tough guy, Paul Butler. And he is very skilled. Okay. Paul Butler has one punch knockout power. In fact, if you look at his highlights, it will show you many occasions boxers have tried to back him up to the ropes. He shows that he has skills, ability, and one punch punching power. In fact, he became the WBO champion and he put it all on the line to fight the Japanese superstar, daring to be great. Because I got to remind you that if Paul Butler was successful that night, he had an opportunity to win all four belts. He stood to win them. This, unfortunately, The Japanese superstar had different plans, okay? And he turned Paul Butler into a human punching bag. I mean that in the literal sense. This is what it looks like when you completely shut someone's fight game down, and they're good. They're good. He just made them look average. And this is what it looks like. Now, Paul Butler initially was trying his best. You know, he really, man, that got hurt. Look at his face, to the body. Ooh, the speed of these punches. He's shelling up. Doesn't want to exchange. He found out early. Look at holding his rib. Did you see that? Did you see him holding the side of his rib? Hold on. We're gonna have to see that. Look, when he was beating on the man, look at this. Ah, boom, that shot to the body. Look at him. Look at his face cringing. Ah, boom, bang, bang, bang. He's like, uh, I'll pay you the money, bro. Bow, bow, boom, bow. Look at him hold his rib. Ding. Boom. Human punching bag. Boom. You don't want to punch? Bang. Yeah. Open up. Bang. Open up. Look, he tried. He tried a little something, something. And every time you look at him, He was just working the speed bag. Look, the punching bag, the heavy bag. Look, ah, ah, ah. Man, yeah, he shut him down. He was afraid. At this point, Paul Butler was just trying to survive. He knew his belt was gone. That must have been heartbreaking in the moment. You know, you're a champion, man. And, everyone told you about this guy, but you didn't think it was going to be like this. You thought you might have had a chance. You had no chance. And to come to the realization that you really didn't have no chance, look at this, man. He just beat him and those punches just weighed on him until they couldn't, he couldn't take the beating anymore, and as a world champion, you think to yourself, you fought everyone. How tough can this guy be? And then when they show you a picture of him or you actually see him, you're like, man, I got this. I'm about to get 4 belts, bro. I'm about to win 4 belts. And um it just didn't work out that way. You know? I think that he really thought he had a chance, and then that's frightening. Get inside of the ring and you realize he was everything they said he was. And then you get in the ring and Paul Butler quickly talked about Inoue's presence, and he saw in his eyes a different man, and he was just like, wow, he looks a little different right now. And in fact, he doesn't even look small anymore. He looks pretty big. And it seems like he just jumps out of the disguise. He rips open his shirt and the Superman comes out and he goes to work. Uh ah Man, I listen, I know what it's like to think like, man, I gotta be the best thing since sliced bread. And then you find out you're not. You're like, fuck, right? There's levels to this shit, right? That's what Paul Butler must have felt like, man. I don't think anybody believed that Inoue was exactly what they're advertising him out to be. And I believe that a lot of these fighters bought into the hype that a lot of these people were putting out because, some of these guys were credible sources. Unfortunately, they just didn't do their homework because he was from Japan. Japan, a lot of European guys and things like that, they have a stigma, or at least they used to have a stigma. Japanese fighters not being that big. Have you ever seen a middleweight Japanese champion of the world? I'll wait. You know, heavyweight. Have you ever cruiserweight? Have you, it just, they weren't really like making a lot of noise. They were great champions in the lower weight divisions, of course. Yeah, there was a lot of good Japanese champions. Even the one that Luis Nares beat, he was a decorated Japanese champion. But no champion has ever come out of Japan quite like this guy. Has There has not been any. In fact, there hasn't been no fighter in the world quite like this guy. When it's all said and done, they're gonna tally up his career. Um, and I say this right now. The reason why I like to talk about him a lot is because one, he's one of my favorite fighters when it comes to the sense of promoting boxing. I believe a lot of young men should really take a page out of this Japanese superstar's career and what it takes to get where he's at and the hard work and dedication. Um, this isn't easy. This is not easy. And I know a lot of men that have tried to climb up divisions and have failed. A lot of big stars have tried to do. Not every man can do what this guy is doing. And if it was so easy, why haven't all the Tank Davises and the Devin Haney's and the Shakur Stevensons done this? This shit is not easy. And everybody behind the Japanese superstar, if it was so easy, why didn't they just pick up where he left off and beat them guys? They can't. Emmanuel Rodriguez just hung it up, called it quits. He's like, man, as long as there's guys like this out there, you know, let's take, let's watch the rest of the video and see some more of his highlights. Mm, he put him away, man. He did put him down. Here's Jamie McDonald. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Look at the height. Look at the height. Wait, let's see if we can stretch him out. I like it at the beginning. Unfortunately, this shit is fast as hell. Look at so bang. Watch it, watch it, watch it when he goes up against the rope. Pop. Look at the height. He beat the crap out that dude. Listen, he moved up and what's so impressive about this fight right here is that the fact that was the first time he moved up in weight. He moved up in weight once again. This is where he started this little trend. No tune-up fight. He doesn't want the contender. He doesn't want to acclimate to the division. He wants the world champion. Jamie McDonald took this fight. He's like, man, I'm 5'9", 5'10". This guy's 5'5". I'm undefeated. I've been undefeated for over 10 years. I've been the champion for over 4 years, and I've never been knocked out in my entire career. Jamie McDonald, that guy right there. And this little 5'5" Japanese superstar comes into his hometown in front of all his friends and family and knocks him out and walks away with his belt in 1 round. Less than a round. He didn't even make it out the round. That was incredible. He wiped him down like if he was nothing. Like his 10-year run, he went in there and told them, bro, everybody you've been fighting are tomato cans. And the kind of champion you are, you're not on my level. And he went, when you put your fighter, you know how they say, this guy's better than this guy. You should knock this guy out easy. Then you watch the fight and it goes the full 12 rounds. And you're like, right? When you put a guy in the ring with this Japanese superstar, he takes care of business, doesn't he? Right? When you say he should have knocked that guy out, that's exactly what he does. Why is it that a lot of other fighters you feel should have knocked that guy out? They went 12 rounds. He has one of the highest knockout ratios in all of boxing. I understand Arthur Benavides' knockout ratio, okay? Yeah, right? But when we're talking about the best of the best skilled fighters, I don't think there's any skilled elite fighter that has a better knockout ratio than this man right here. Okay. And you would have to, in order to qualify, you would have to have 20 fights or better in order to qualify. So you already have to have a 20 fight career. What'd you do from there? And then going up. So in order to qualify in this conversation, we're going to judge you after 20 fights because you're an established fighter after that, right? Okay. If you got an above 90% knockout ratio after 20 fights, now we're talking. That's what I'm talking about. See? Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, what's up? All right. Yo, what's up? All right. You went back and saw those fights? Okay. And what drug was it? Okay. Um, when Louis Neri got popped for banned substance, the banned substance he got caught for was um I don't want to fuck up the name. I know the name. I just them fucking them steroid names. They like them funny names from overseas to me, right? But the bottom line is, it's for weight cutting. It's for you to cut weight. That kind of PE isn't for bulking. It's not for speed. It's not for eye to eye coordination. I'll tell you what the P's and the steroids for that. That's not what was in his bloodstream. The one that Louis Neri got called for was specifically to cut weight. It gives you energy because that's what you're doing. You're burning the energy and everything. So it does rev everything up for you. When he got popped for that banned substance that they stripped him of the title, they booked the rematch, right? When he went back for the rematch, as you can see, without the substance, he couldn't make the weight. You see? He tried to make the weight, he just couldn't make it. But 5 pounds, wow, that was a lot. It seemed like he didn't even try. But coming into the first fight, you have to understand a little about Luis Pantera Nares, right? Look, that was one of the biggest opportunities you offered that young man, that young Mexican fighter. And he knew in the back of his head he could no longer make weight. If you look at his record just before that fight, the way he was moving around, you see? So he said for a title, and he was like, damn, I can't make that weight. So he was like, yeah, I'll make the weight. And he went and used the drug to try to cut the weight. He made the weight, went in there and won, right? When they found out he popped dirty, they shot the rematch. He goes in there clean, but 5 pounds heavier, knocks him out in the second round. They were salty as hell. Now, I understand Japan's anger, right? And I believe that he should have been punished, right? And I believe a sanction should have been brought down upon the man. But a lifetime ban, don't you think that's a little harsh? A lifetime ban. Bro, he's not the first person in boxing to ever get popped for steroids. Don't act like he did something brand new. This is common in the sport, right? So how much can you be offended by an athlete testing in, like, come on, man. That's not the first guy that got tested positive in Japan, I'm pretty sure. That would be impossible, right? It was the fact that he beat their favorite fighter, their undefeated fighter, their superstar, their hero. See? And when he did that, they were just like, look, you know what? You little Mexican dude, we're done with you. We don't even want you back here, right? When the Japanese superstar, the new one, Naoya Inoue, fought against Marlon Tapales, Lewis wanted to go to that fight so that he can be in the audience, get up and say, I'll fight the winner. Japan told him, We don't want you here. You're not invited. He still was gonna. He was in his right to buy a plane ticket, but they probably wouldn't have let him inside the event. So he was like, I don't want to go out there. Right? Okay. So they lift the ban. You know why they lift the ban? Because they believe strongly that this Japanese superstar is gonna exact revenge, and that's fucked up. Because if you're gonna ban a guy, you shouldn't show favoritism. A ban is a ban. Stand by your word. Now, by lifting the ban, you're blatantly saying we're gonna let you back in our country because we want to kick your ass. That's being biased, bro. You're showing favoritism right there, Japan. You just showed your skirt right there, Japan. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You should have let him fight somewhere else outside of Japan. You see, not in Mexico, but not in Japan. You see? So by doing that, I was like, man, that's 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 not cool, right? But none of this should reflect Naoya Inoue because Naoya Inoue doesn't run the city of Japan, unfortunately. This was not his decision. All he's doing is fighting. And all he's doing is trying to win the respect back that they feel they were disrespected, right? But this is not Naoya Inoue's decision. He's just fighting. He's just a fighter. That's all he is. These were up to board members and shit. You see what I'm saying? So, um, let me read off some of these things. What's up, hired gun? I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, my brother? Yeah, he did. I mean, look, what happens behind closed doors in that kind of situation when your fighters trying to cut weight and you can see and you got like the time and you're looking at them and you're like, where are you right now? And then you're looking at the time and you're like, at some point the corner was like, stop cutting weight. You're not gonna make it. You're just gonna end up hurting yourself, your kidneys and your liver, and end up dehydrating yourself. Fuck it, you're not gonna get the belt. Stop cutting weight and just go with what you got because you're not gonna make it. So at some point they just stopped cutting the weight and the effort in that 24-hour span. Luis Nares and his team, and then he came in 5 pounds heavy. See, and that was bad. You know, look, if you think that cutting weight is not important, you're trying to say, oh, 5 pounds, that's nothing neither, right? Okay, okay. If cutting weight isn't important, why, when Mr. Mayweather here himself came in 2 pounds overweight in his comeback fight against Marquez there, right? Um, they fined him $250,000 for 2 pounds. They fined him $125,000 per pound because the gambling association was like, nah, that tips the scale. All right. And I understand that Mayweather's fine is based off his purse. So, okay, Luis Nares's fine ain't gonna be that high because I don't think he made that kind of money, right? Right? So it's a percentage of your purse. So obviously Mayweather that night was making upwards in the millions, where that his fine was $125,000 per pound. Every fighter is fined like that. Even 1 pound over, fine. That sets shit off. So 5 pounds, and that was over 2 pounds. Okay? They were talking about, no, we canceling the fight. Blah, blah. I agree to pay the fine. Let's keep the fight going. And he paid it. And the fight continued. And he had to give it to them. Yeah, so super broken mic. Is it breaking up the mic? Or is it like kicking out like that? How about now? I want to see if that works right there. The title fight, that's part of the reason. It's a title fight. That's part of the reason why they're lifting the ban. It wouldn't matter if I'm not sure if that's what you were saying, but if you were thinking about going that way, there should be no reason to lift the ban. If you enforce the ban, it means a lifetime ban. It didn't mean I'll give you a lifetime ban to lift it. For that, I would have gave you a suspension, what they call a suspension, for a few years if I had intentions of you coming back. The reason why I give you a lifetime ban is because the word life, you are never welcome back. By you lifting it that's showing favoritism now. That's a little bias right there. You see, they should have never gave him that ban. And then in the statement, in the same sentence, when they said, we're lifting the ban to allow this fight, after the fight, the ban is reinstated. So after he finishes the fight, it's not like the ban is lifted forever. They're saying, no, come out here, get your ass kicked. Guess what? You're still banned. That's unfair. So you're giving the city of Japan the money, the revenue that you would build off this fight, right? So you're not biased to the money that the fight's making. You're not biased to allowing your country live to see your Japanese superstar on a guy that is banned from your country. United States could have got that fight. That's not, nah, you can't do that, man. Then you banning them after the fight. It is dirty, bro. It is dirty, man. Think about it, guys. You're letting it go right over your head. Like, oh, he's banned. Like, no, man. I don't agree to that. I don't agree to that, man. Because, look, Luis Narez is a little dude. Some of the greatest little dudes out there will be Filipino guys, Japan guys. Now, not technically, he would always be fighting a Japan guy in Japan. Let's say there was another Japan star and he was headlining, and Luis Narez was going to fight a Filipino guy on the undercard. He couldn't do that now, could he? Because he's banned from Japan. So if his opponent was on that undercard in Japan, it would take away from Luis Narez's financial. You're stopping him from making money and feeding his family. You're fucking with his money. You can't tell me that that's cool and that they're lifting the fucking ban just to fight him just because he's a superstar. That's not right, bro. It isn't. No matter how much I like this dude, and I understand, I'm fully aware he has nothing to do with these decisions. And I'm not getting on the Japanese superstar Naoya Inoue like he's making these decisions, because he's not. But Japan is. And I believe win, lose, or draw, if Luis Nari pulled the upset, if he loses, he draw, whatever, you just lift the ban. Because he's a little dude. And the best little fights are all out there in Philippines, Japan. You never know who has the belt. And if you mean to tell me if another Japanese superstar gets the belt and Luis Narvaez is still fighting because he's the world champion, I can't fight him because I'm banned? Bro, nah. Nah. But the fight must continue. And we have a great fight on our hands. Whether or not Japan comes to their senses, that's up to them. I'm going to leave it up to them. These two men are getting in the ring and they're about to settle their differences. The Mexican their little star, he's not a superstar, I would say. You know, he's a little star. He's coming in to play spoiler. He did it once and he's going to try to do it again. Um, I listen, you guys know how I feel about this guy right here. I think he's real special. And it's gonna take a lot to sneak up on this guy. But when you're messing with a guy like Lewis, right? He's that guy for the job. He's that type of guy for the job. You know, he's gonna come in there and give you everything he has, just like Marlon Tapales did. Um, You know, he didn't like a lot of fighters that have stood in front of this guy right here, Inoue. They don't always fare so well, and not every fighter that's going into the fight against him, they don't. He takes that dog, that mentality, like you're gonna have to kill me tonight. After 3 rounds, it's like, yo, listen, I want to leave. I don't want to be here. What happened to you? You're gonna have to kill me. You know, he takes that right out of them. You know, um, and there's been very few men that have stayed there and said, "Yo, man, let's go." And Desmarinas was one of those guys. He was just too hurt, and he showed real gut. You know that I'm not gonna quit. You're gonna have to put me down. And he kept putting Desmarina down, putting him down, and putting him down. And Desmarina was getting up, and he was getting up. He was just too hurt. You see? And then there was other fighters like revered number one pound for pound. Uh uh, you know, he wanted to be like 6 or 7, Stephen Kubo Fulton, revered as the number one 122 pounder in the world, and he made him not wanting to engage. That guy didn't want to fight him no more. There's a difference. Jason Maloney fought him until he got knocked out. Donaire fought him until he couldn't fight no more. They were at the end of the 12th round exchanging like this. You know, Stephen Kubo Fulton was on his toes, confused the whole time. I'm reluctant to engage. You see, not a lot of fighters are going to stand there with this guy and fight. You see, and there's been very few. So the fighters that have stand in front of him. I've learned from that. Like I said, there was a point in his career where, like, fight after fight after fight after fight, he was just knocking people out in the first round. You know, leading into the Donaire fight. In fact, the first Donaire fight, his last 3 fights were in 1 round. It was like Payano, Jamie McDonald, and like the last dude. They were all 1 round fights, and I couldn't get a lot of information on him because he was just cleaning everybody's clock. You know, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful knockout. Um, we played it in the video in the beginning of this video right here as we were breaking down his fights. You know, in fact, why don't we just do that right now? And we're gonna lead right into the Stephen Kubo Fulton fight. Okay. And I'm gonna show you firsthand about that Stephen Kubo Fulton fight. You're gonna see it. He put up the guard, everything. He just banged right through it. Boom, boom. This punch was heavy. Watch right here. The one he misses. That one. That one was heavy. Look at the little smirk. Walked off with your belt. Here it is. Entering the ring with Stephen Kubo Fulton, the best 122 pounder, revered by many in the world, including myself. Look at this. Right away, he establishes the center of the ring, starts the jab battle and the foot placement battle. Oh, that one was strong. Look at, he was showing him, I'm not here to be bullied. That one was strong right there. If he caught him with that one, his jab was quicker. Look, sidesteps his jab and connects with his. Very efficient. Wow. Bang. Ooh. You know what must have messed him up? I don't think a lot of people saw this, and when they saw it, they really don't talk about it, right? But you remember that time I was telling you that he was beating Stephen Kubo Fulton so much that Stephen Kubo Fulton must have went back to his corner and asked his coach, "Yo, are you sure there's only one of them in there? Because I'm getting jumped right now. There's like five of these dudes in the ring with me, right? Right? Because Stephen Kubo Fulton was just like he feels like he's hitting, me everywhere. That actually must have felt like that. Watch this. I want you to pay attention to this. Okay, I'm gonna have to catch it because I don't know how far back it went. Japanese superstar, in fact, hits him with both hands simultaneously, right? While Stephen Kubo Fulton dug down. So when he dug down, he was probably expecting, probably get hit on one side. He in fact got hit on both sides. And when he looked up, that he must have felt like, "Yo, are you sure there's just not, you know what I mean? Watch it, watch it, pay close attention, watch." Okay, he hits with that, boom, boom, boom. He hits him with the jab, bang, he sidesteps him right. Now, when in this sequence, when he starts right here, well, no, watch. I'm going to show you. It's when the Japanese superstar, he's right there. Did you see it? Did you see it? Right there. Wait. Watch. Look, it's quick. It's quick. He hits him with both hands. Look. Watch. Right? Watch. Boom. Right here. Did he go like this or did he go like this? Yo, he's so goddamn fast, bro. Bang. He was just shelling up. Look, he couldn't right there. He couldn't touch him. He went into his Philly shell defense. Bang. Look. Bang to the body. Bang up top. Boom. Right? Shoot. Miss. Look, you didn't touch me. Look. Here, hold that. Shoot. Look, using the Philly shell defense. Look, I used your own shit against you, and you didn't even touch me. He can't speak English, but that's exactly what he was saying. Look how he was evading every single punch. And then he looks at him and he goes, "Come on, bro. You ain't even touch me. And I'm using your shit on you. Look. No, wait. No. You ain't getting away with that. We got to show the proof." Hang. Hang. Boom. Bing. Bang. Oh, come here. Don't run. It makes it worse. Look. Watch. He's going to shoot him slow. Where's his hands? Philly shell defense. Look. Come on. Step your game up. Miss. Connect. No. You ain't got nothing. Connect. Look. Connect. Look. Oh, miss. He made a miss. Oh, circle out. Miss. Jab to the body. Damn, bro. He miss. Miss again. Stifle. Stephen Kubo Fulton made him miss it several times too. But look. Bang. Bang. Backing up. Retreating. Boom. That's when he started standing in the pocket. Did you guys see that? He hit him to the body and he noticed. He didn't go back on his own. Like he had the steps in the beginning of the fight. He must have felt like Stephen Kubo Fulton at this point was like, "What do I do?" Oh, look, he can't even. Oh, he tried to grab him. What was he trying to do at this point? What was going through his head? Look, again, he did the same combo. He didn't move. You see how he's on his feet, on the balls of his feet? He's starting to stay stationary. Look, he did it again. Boom. When he has him backing up, but when he's in the center of the ring, look at body shot. Boom, boom, bang. Nice jab. Off the balls of his feet. Bouncing, bouncing. Stephen Kubo Fulton is no longer like bouncing at this point. At this point, look, he set him up, man. He set him up. Let's just watch it. Okay. Another thing I like to talk about is the last punch. When he hit him with that big punch, it was true. A lot of sports analysts and a lot of my friends even said it that Stephen Kubo Fulton's glove touched the ground, right? Time and time again, we see slick shit happen in boxing, right? A fighter's glove touches the ground. He's arguing that no, I never touched, it never touched. He's lying now, right? He just became a liar, right? Um, and a lot of times some fighters want to play that, touch the ground, and then you look away and be like, yo, is that? And then he tries to attack you, right? So there's been a lot of incidents and things in boxing. As far as I'm concerned, what my coach tells me, and when leading into the fight, until the referee pulls you away or tells you to stop, you don't stop fighting. You do not take it upon yourself to become the referee or tell the referee how to do his job. You're there to do your job. Don't worry about if he doesn't say, hey, he doesn't call your name, hold the action. You keep fighting. And there has been many times where, like, I've seen it. Roy Jones asked the referee, like, yo, you want me to continue? This guy's getting beat down. I've seen Triple G. I seen Lomachenko do it. And they asked the referee, like, this guy's getting beat down. But we've always see those fights where they're stopped prematurely. And prematurely stoppage. Yo, ref, why'd you stop that? Why'd you stop the fight, man? My guy could have came back, right? So when is it good for a ref to hold the action? He's damn if he do, he's damn if he don't. The ref didn't stop that fight when Subriel Matias fatally killed Max. They didn't stop the fight when, unfortunately, that 23-year-old kid in Japan was slugging it out. They were punching their brains out, right? Unfortunately, sometimes you can't see some of these things. A lot of these referees are on the line for a lot of these people's fights, right? So what do they say? The fighter always says, you should have let me go out on my shield. Give me the respect of a champion and allow him to knock me out. Right? Okay. One, that's what you're going to see here. Two, you're going to see what I consider somewhat the best sportsmanship you're going to get out of this Japanese superstar. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm here to let you know that if he wanted to blast Stephen Kubo Fulton, all he has to do is follow through with this punch. This Japanese superstar, the one thing he knows how to do is knock people out. There's no way you can convince me that he didn't let up on this punch and he let off a Stephen Kubo Fulton, because although he wanted to beat him, he doesn't want to kill him. Okay? Take a look for yourself. Watch the punch. Now, this is the closing sequence. This is when he finishes him off in the corner. He's going to hit him one sharp time with the left. That one hurt. That one hurt. Let me see if they show the punch again. I'm not sure in this. Oop, right there. Now watch. Boom, let off. Do you see where his hand is? When he punched him with the straight right, this was the sequence. Hit, boom, overhand right. Bam, right? He hit him with the overhand right. When Stephen Kubo Fulton's glove hit, you got to notice where the referee is at this time. He's over the Japanese superstar's shoulder. You see? I think I went too far with that one, huh? Okay. I believe this is the last sequences right here. Boom, boom. Look at that was the overhand right. Well, it's going to get there. Pay attention to where the referee's standing and when everything's transpiring, right? The referee is behind the Japanese superstar. And in fact, I don't think he saw his glove touch the canvas, Fulton's. I don't think he saw it because had he saw it, he would have yelled out, "No, he's down!" Right? Had he saw it. No, I went back real far. Like right, I'm gonna. Okay, right around here. Okay, this is the boom. Down, bam. You see? You see how that referee was chasing him from behind? He was trying to get his attention. Did you guys see that? He was trying to get the Japanese superstar's attention, like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. He might have saw the glove touch the ground now that I saw that, right? Look, bam, up. He was, yeah, he saw it. The referee saw it. Before he hits him with this punch, that punch right there, the referee already broke like he was going for the 10-yard line. Touchdown. He already took off. He saw that he hit him. When he hits him with the shot right here, as we watch it together, right? He lets off the punch. Look, show him. When you throw a punch like that, if you really want to hurt somebody, is it not true? You follow through with the punch. You go through with it. At the end of his punch should have been going towards the crowd. It should have been snapping off his jaw, and going towards the crowd. That's full extension. When you hit somebody and you go like this, you're letting them off. And that's what he did. He didn't want to hurt him. You know? Thank you, brother. Thank you for the great show. Armando. He did the same thing to Rodriguez. And not unless somebody else's name is Rodriguez, because he beat the brakes off of Rodriguez. He hit Rodriguez with those body shots. And when he fought Rodriguez, he wanted to beat Rodriguez really bad because of what Rodriguez's trainer did to his father. Rodriguez's trainer shoved Naoya Inoue's father in a sparring session while he was taking pictures of Rodriguez. And the fucked up thing is that they had invited Rodriguez's camp to watch the Japanese superstar spar earlier that day, and they took pictures and videos first. So when the Japanese father did it, he didn't think none because they were allowed to do it. So in fair sport, he was taking pictures, and Rodriguez's coach pulled that New York City bully mentality. Yeah, he pulled that card on him. Yeah, and then why they got into the ring, the Japanese superstar, they're not, he wasn't going to get ghetto in the locker room. He wasn't going to blow his chance in the fight by fighting with his trainer. No, he let his hands do the talking inside of the ring. He beat the shit out of Rodriguez, bro. Like, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He did that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That part. Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what you mean? I look, I can honestly say that here, let me fix this real quick. Okay, there we go. Look, when we take a look um at what the Japanese superstar Naoya Inoue is doing right now, a lot of fight fans can easily overlook all his success and just be impressed with the next knockout. A lot of people right now are starting to know who he is. And it's a shame that now there are a lot of people are asking, well, we want to see blood. We want to see this. In fact, he's been doing this his whole way here. He's been making so much noise that this is where he put himself in this conversation. Imagine a man from 118 pounds coming all the way up and causing so much noise that he's challenging the 147-pound champion of the world, undefeated champion for the pound for pound spot right now. So much, in fact, that only two men in history successfully unified all four belts in a four-belt era in two separate weight divisions. What a coincidence. We got it in the same year. Two fighters. Like, what were the odds of that happening? We're in a real interesting time in boxing sports right now. The fact that these sanctioning bodies are like, I knew when the WBC made that move back then to implement the rest of the world, their flags on their belts, to give credit to a lot of the world, it was going to take some time for those fighters to adjust to the way we are. See, um, and I think we're almost there. We're almost there. You know, it's not. I wouldn't consider it 100% even, but we're getting there, bro. We're getting there, and we're getting these fights because I realized a long time ago that real skill and talent doesn't always surface. You would think if a person was the best in anything, then why aren't they here? Why can't we see them? It doesn't work that way. Sometimes the world takes away those athletes away from us, whether they get killed, incarcerated, drugs will take those athletes away from us and we'll never get to see them. See? So when I see a man like this come through, and the fact that we got two of them, like, Terrence Crawford, man, he's right there. It's a beautiful thing for the sport. And in a sport that at one time was really taking a hit, and then the UFC came around, boxing fans weren't, um, you know, didn't feel like they were getting the fights they wanted to get, and they came from a time like me where we were real spoiled, and we had like the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Marvelous Hagglers, the Durans, and the Mayweathers, and all those kind of fighters, and feel it was a real good time for boxing. And this man right now is doing that once again. Men like him and Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney's of the world, even the Tyson Furies for a while. There's been a lot of fighters that have put boxing on their back and really elevated boxing for us and gave us those fights. You know, um, they're from Mexican fighters to American fighters to of all fighters around the world. Even some Dominican fighters this year were making big noises. And it was great to see the competition, and I love it. And I love it, and I can't wait to see the next Naoya Inoue. Who's gonna be that kid that comes out and chases him, you know, and really tries to raise the bar. So look, fight fans, man, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in with me. It's been, Oh, and another thing, just in case you're wondering, I a guy said something about alcohol. I thought he was talking about somebody else or something. But this is cranberry juice. I don't know if you can see that. Nothing inside of it. Unfortunately, I can't take that title. I mean, I'll drink occasionally and shit, but I just nah, I don't drink, man. I had a bad experience with liquor when I was a kid. I was 9 years old. Um, there I was, 9-year-old Edwin at Thanksgiving, and there was like a beer, and we were having it outside. And I didn't know anything about beer, but all the other kids wanted to steal a beer, but we couldn't do it because there was too many parents around. And at the end of the day, when everybody started cleaning up, that beer that been sitting out all day on that table got put like in a cooler. I picked up the cooler and I took the beer. right? So I take the beer and I run upstairs real quick. And I'm telling my friends about it. I'm like, I got it. Yo, and I could feel how hot the beer was, right? But I was so excited to wanting to drink. I was being bad, right? That I took the beer and I chugged it. Not only did it burn the shit out of my throat, when it went down so hard. I got that burp and it made me violently throw up so bad that I guess like my friend said, if I actually would have got drunk and would have been one of those guys that got drunk and said, I'm not gonna do this again, I probably would have did it again. But since I didn't get the drunkenness or the buzz out of it, and I only got to throw up, I hated it. I fucking hate alcohol, bro. I can't stand it, bro. You know, I've done other shit in the world. I'm not a saint, right? But I couldn't take that title because alcohol doesn't make me talk because I'm not a drink. Honest to God, I've never bought a 6 pack of beer in my entire life. I never came home from work and were like, let me. I've drank a little bit of liquor here and there. Hennessy, yeah, I drank some Hennessy, some shots. Yeah, of course, yeah, I've done that. New Year's, my birthday, shit like that. I've done it with family. I feel cool, safe. Taking a few shots here and there. I mean, I guess that could have been looked like a shot, but I guess it was cool. Maybe I should have stood quiet about it and made them think I was drinking. But I didn't want to front. I don't want to seem fake in anything I do. And if he thought I was taking a drink, I was like, wait a minute, I wasn't. That was fucking cranberry juice. you know? But anyway, I just don't like to be fake in anything and give the wrong idea that I did. If I did, I'd have been like, yeah, let's have a drink. Bye. What's wrong with there's mad podcast. Shannon Sharp drinks on his. Snoop Dogg smokes on his podcast. Um, um, Noriega and Capone, they be drinking, having it. So I get, it wouldn't be nothing to say, yeah, it was a drink. There's nothing wrong with it. I would have just said it. Yeah, man, I was having one. I'm a fucking adult, but I just didn't like to feel fake and be like, take the credit for that and be like, because I don't. That's all. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with it. You can have yours, have one, to you. As long as it doesn't become a problem. Right here at Round One Sports Talk. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please, if you like the video, give the video a like on your way out. And if you always want to be notified to the videos and when I'm coming out and you gotta guess them, just click the notification bell icon and every time I post a video, it'll notify you. So thank you for tuning in here at Round One Sports Talk. I'm on to the next one after this one.